Hello there and welcome back. Happy New Year. This is the first video of 2024 and I want to set some intention and tell you something about what happened in the last few months. You might have noticed I changed studio. I didn't mention that before, but since October actually, I left Riverside and I built a new studio home. Plus I have another one, which I'm not using a lot honestly, in Funkhaus, and I still have to decide if that is suitable for me. But getting back home, having a space that I built that actually matched my needing really impacted me in a very, very positive way. That said, I want to tell you 5 reasons I'm better home, 4 reasons I miss my previous studio, and then I want to finish with the cautionary tales on be careful when you make your dreams come true, because having a studio has been my dream since I was a kid, and it ended up being a sort of curse. I will let you know better after. So first, let me give you a quick tour of what is my studio now. So I bring my Zaur desk, which is gonna be mostly used for the modular, for the UDO and my sequencer and the Vermona. Then next to it I have some rack space, the effects, the chorus echo, the universal audio, and like now I'm using a lot the modular channel for everything I do. Before I didn't even touch it, now it became a staple. Then on this side I have a few more instruments, the Aachen, Wurlitzer, and then something there that I keep changing, and the guitar. Very simple, very few instruments. I want to focus a lot more on the modular this year because I think it can push my creativity in a more interesting way. One thing is missing, and it's my favorite thing ever, my Zell AM1 console. That is now at Funkhaus. Of course, this room is not as big as, it can fit the mixer, so I'm still thinking if bring it here and modify it to have the modular stuff inside it. That's a project that I have. And I miss some other tools, but I definitely love the fact that I simplify my workflow. I simplify my chain. I only work with few instruments and my creativity had a big boost. In fact, I finished an EP in 1 month and I really love it. I'm producing a lot of more music. I'm experimenting more. So yeah, this place is giving me good vibes. I've been in a very dark spot for the past 6 or 7 months. I think I touch a little bit of depression here and there and haven't been happy with my production, with who I am. And I think partly was because I put all of my head in that studio and I didn't really think it through. But let's go in order. First, one way you can support me, I really need that to keep doing this line of work. Please hit the like button, subscribe, that's free. Buy from the affiliate link down below. It's doesn't change anything on what you pay, but I get a tiny percentage and it's really helpful. And lastly, please subscribe to my Patreon. That's the best way to support me. Also on Patreon, you can buy my new Perkons Sample pack that a lot of people are really loving. You can have one-on-one with me, a lot of exclusive content, and also you can go on Bandcamp and buy my music. That's all the way you can support me. That said, let's go in the 5 reasons I decided to come home. Now, it's not just 5 reasons, but I like always to pinpoint the main things so it's easier. Number 1, light. My previous studio was in a basement, and as much as I love the community there, it was really hard every day going in a basement, not having for 8 or 9 hours a day any light coming in. Now Berlin has no sun, it's always dark in winter, but having this big window, it's so inspiring. I have a beautiful view, beautiful window. That was the main ingredient of my music in New York, and having it back really changed my mood and my music. Don't underestimate that. Don't underestimate light, don't underestimate space. It's really something that you will feel, you will hear in your production. Second reason, comfort and space. Now, in the previous studio was a 14 square meter. I couldn't really move. The ceiling was as high as my head. And now I have a super tall ceiling, and the ceiling is beautiful, and I have all of this decoration. It's so beautiful. I can walk around, I can place my light. It's so good. I can lay down, I have my sofa next to me. It's home. So I feel really comfortable being here. And again, for what I'm doing, I'm not working with client, I'm working with myself. I do my music and I do video for you guys. So I don't have people to come in, so it's good to have a cocoon and feel really comfortable, especially when I have to do these and nobody's around. I feel home, super fast and super easy. A third reason I wanted to save money. My line of work, sadly, doesn't get you a lot of cash. It's good to survive, but definitely I want to buy houses with it. So having 1,200 a month for just a small space was starting to feel not worth, because I didn't really need it. So now I can just pay less than that for the entire house and basically save and be smarter. So that has been really helpful. Another things, I can be here and do music anytime, in the night. Before I wasn't doing music in the night, only the morning basically. But now I feel late at night, sparkle of creativity come, and I can come here and do it. Of course, you need to use headphones or lower volume. Thanks God my neighbors are good and didn't complain yet. So I can do music anytime I want.
Music, husband, electronic.
I hear some weird noise. Anyway, anytime I want, nobody got annoyed about that, right? Because I can manage it. The volume, it's great.
Music, husband.
I keep hearing a strange noise. Anyway, last point, very, very important, creativity. You cannot force creativity. Back in the other studio, creativity went away. I couldn't force myself to write anything. I felt kinda lost, kinda dark. I think space, it's the major part that plays into your creativity flow. I know now if I will ever have another studio, and I kinda have a dream studio still in my head, it will have to be like a home. It have to have this look, a whole house, windows, space, nice lighting. I think that is the main ingredient for me to feel comfortable in writing music. So those were my main reasons. Of course, there's many more, but for now, getting that. Let me add another one, a bonus. Simplify. Here I cannot have as much things as there because it's still home. I don't have a lot of storage, blah, blah, blah. So I've been forced to simplify. And of course I miss my Zell mixer, but without it, things are a little easier because I just record stereo. I go back like it was back at the beginning, just one stereo recording. So, great. Let me say the 4 things that I'm missing a lot. Community. Riverside was a great community. A lot of successful artists. I miss them a lot. I keep seeing them, of course, but being next to people that do that for a job and that's very successful with that, it was amazing. Never felt like that anywhere else. So that I will always miss, and I need to be in touch with them. I need to be in touch with people, otherwise I will be just disappear and be not, you know what I mean. Being alone doesn't really help. Noise, there I could push my speakers and my sub there that is not even hooked to the system as much as I want. I could tear down the place. So that was good. That was good. Here I need to be careful, but I keep the volume down. Yeah, nobody yet are being annoyed by still hearing this noise. I don't know what it is. Anyway, let's keep going. 13th, going out of home. I have to say, since October, I never leave home. I have everything here. I feel so comfortable. I'm so happy here. But yeah, I don't live too much, and I need to live more. And going out of our studio every morning was a sort of routine that in the end was healthy and nice. I kind of miss that. So I need to find now new idea on how to add some routine that get me out of home. Maybe walking out, maybe, yeah, I need more hair, even though, again, Berlin. There's not, in Berlin in December, in the January, not that beautiful. The weather, city is great. Last thing, credibility. I thought about that a lot. For a long time, I was home, and then I got a studio and I instantly felt, oh my God, now I am a studio owner and I'm a real thing. This is real. People will consider me real. This is both false and both true. The fact that I thought that having a studio would give me credibility and professionalism, in the end, really cursed me. More on that later. But of course, having a space, a real space, that it's just a studio, it's good for people to come and see you there. So I miss that kind of coolness. I don't know. It's not that useful, honestly, because for what I do, any place is good. And the more it's intimate, the better it is. So that's about it. I forgot to mention one thing that I really decided to come here. My neighbor at the previous studio were super loud and I couldn't really work sometime. And yeah, that was bad. But now, let me say hi to my friend from Riverside. I'm sure some of them are watching. Miss you so much. And yeah, you'll see me often. Now I want to talk about this cautionary tale about making your dreams come true. I always want a studio. My dream was, I want studio, I want instrument, and I made it. Somehow I have to sit down and realize that this was the dream of a lifetime, doing this lifestyle that I'm doing. I wasn't being rich on a Ferrari or a private jet. I just wanted this, a studio and doing music every day. And I'm so happy and proud and lucky that I make this happen. The moment I get the studio, things flipped completely. So I start building it and I lost the first 3 months in building everything. Bringing the things, then I bought the mixer, and having a mixer, man, was a complete mind-destroying experience because I had to learn patch bay, cabling, a lot of money, a lot of time. So the first 3 months in that studio, I didn't do any music at all. After those 3 months, I got nauseated being there because I was like, damn, what am I doing here? What do I need all of this thing for? So my creativity was completely killed. I couldn't write anything good, and I didn't even want to. So I would go there every day, stay there doing nothing, or like fix the studio, moving things, and then go home. And this went on for another month or two. Then I start feeling a new urge, okay, I need to do music. But another thing happened. Everybody around me was successful. I always feel the stupidest, which is great sometimes because it means you learn. And I learned a lot. But at the same time, I suffer from low self-esteem, honestly. And I need to work on that. So when you suffer from that and you deal constantly with high achiever or people that are famous for whatever they do, are very successful, that can really impact on you in many ways. One, making you feel unworthy. Second, changing the way you work. So I start hearing everybody, and everybody was commenting on what I'm doing. And I start taking pieces here and there. And somehow when people gives you advices, mostly they do it for a good intention, but sometimes it's like they want to get a piece of you and mold it in their, in what they expect, I don't know. And what happened is just like I started doing techno music. I started doing, for a moment I wanted to try garage music because my best friend here in Berlin do that and he's brilliant, but I'm not. And then I started revising all of my music and making super complex, super produced, and in the end, I lost myself completely. So, unhappiness and depression came. I was like, what am I doing? What is my role in this music business? I wasn't very happy. Actually, I was very sad. That impacted in me and also my wife, my everything was bad. And it was dark, I was dark. And so I had to move forward. And that's why I decided this studio doesn't work for me because I need a different frame. So what is this cautionary tale I'm talking about? It's just like really think about, because I use the studio as an escape or an excuse. When I wasn't producing home, well, I was lazy. I was like, I need a studio because here I cannot be professional, so I need a studio. Then I got the studio, and when I had all my dreams come true, I realized that wasn't really what I needed. So that was the beginning of a very long precipice, and now I start feeling better, honestly, and things start getting together again. So what is my advice? No advice here. It's just like, I wish I would have sit down last year and really look inside myself and talk myself about all of this dream. What is real? What you want? What is really needed? Do you need things or do you want things? It's such a different word. I'm actually reading a book right now, The Gain and the Gap, and there's this point of like, you shouldn't need things, you should want things. The moment you need things or you tell yourself, I need this, I need the studio to be happy, it means that you're not happy now. But the moment you say, I want a studio, then it's a different approach. Then you want a studio, you're happy already, and you want something more. So you find a way to make it better. So at that moment, I thought that having a studio was the only way for me to get better. Wrong. So my dream was just an excuse, I think. Anyway, I hope this resonated with some of you, and I want to tell you, I'm here for you if you're suffering somehow with the idea of yourself or what you're doing. Hit me up, write down in the comment, let's talk about it. And you know, in the end, you need to realize what is better for you, and this is better for me.
Husband, electronic, husband, music,
Guys, hear this noise?
husband, electronic.
I don't know what's happening. Anyway, okay, that was it. Thanks for being a supporter. I really appreciate. I hope this new year there's a lot of projects, there's a lot of things boiling, so I'm very excited about it. Long video as usual. Hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, I'll see you next week.